guest today was influenced by the legendary DJs such as DJ B. Lord, DJ Prince Ice, DJ Jazzy Jeff, DJ Tiesto, Grandmaster J, DJ M80, and DJ AM. He has been requested to DJ for major nightclubs, private parties, and major political officials. While developing his professional skills in the industry, he attended Clemson University and Benedict College, where he furthered his musical knowledge. My guest definitely has flair to know just what the audience loves to listen to. He continues to be used as a main club party headliner as the attendance-driven force for major club scenes. With his amazing skills not going unnoticed, he has also been recognized by one of the largest music awards in the state, being nominated for the past 3 years as favorite DJ at the South Carolina Music Awards. Not limiting himself to just the Southern music scene, my guest took an industry learning experience to enhance his knowledge on the disco and dance club experience overseas. Journeying to Stockholm and other cities in Sweden, he became well-rounded and more diverse on the art of being a disc jockey. Once he returned back to the States, he quickly started working with major artists such as Nicki Minaj, Gucci Mane, Eric Benet, Rick Ross, just to name a few. He now works for Hot 1039 939 as an on-air personality and mixer. He's a member of Cool Camp, a group consisting of Beezy Baby and Cadillac that cater to all ranges of entertainment, whether it's nightlife or community school events. He's worked as an educator at Lululemon and is an advocate for fitness and health. You can catch him now at most major events and clubs around North and South Carolina, and as a DJ for the University of South Carolina Gamecocks basketball program, or check him out on his show from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Hot 1039 939. Please help me welcome my special guest, DJ Puff. What's up?
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
Hey, what's up? That's an impressive resume bio right there that I just read.
Yeah, I mean, I'm humble with it. I come humbly speaking.
That's awesome. So I just want to say thank you so much for joining us today.
No problem,
I appreciate you being here. So let's just get right on into it.
Okay.
All right. Won't you tell our listeners a little bit about your story and your journey and how it has led you to where you are today?
Well, I've always been a fan of music ever since I was about 6, 7 years old. Between my dad and one of his good buddies, they had me listening to all types of music, all genres. My dad is real big in, the jazz and, things of that nature. And his buddy, he was the wild side, the Two Live Crew, the Luke. So he had me riding around, 6 years old, listening to Luke and all kind of other crazy mess. So it's like
6 years old?
Yes. So it was just a melting pot of music that I fell into at a young age, and I was always a fan of DJing, and I used to see it on TV a lot. I used to watch MTV, BET, all of that. So I just fell in love with it, and the first chance I got to DJ, my ex-girlfriend at the time, she worked in a club. She bartended at a club. So I used to go, there just to hang out, just to see what everything was going on. And one day I went to the DJ booth, and I don't know if something came over me, what it was, but I just started mixing music together. And the manager heard me in the office and was like, "Hey man, that's you a DJ?" I was like, I thought about it for a second. I was like, yeah, I'm a DJ. So he offered me a job. So I was like,
so you got a job without any prior experience. So when you went in there
with no prior experience, no nothing.
Wow.
I didn't have any equipment. Only thing I had was 2 CD books about that thick.
Mm-hmm.
And just full of all kind of different music, and that's.
Well, look at you being at the right place at the right time.
Right, like it was destined to be. So, here I am, for one, not even old enough to get into the club. I'm working in the club. So, it started out early, and then it was a gentleman's club at that. So that's what
Hmm.
took it to a whole nother level. It wasn't just a regular dance club. It was a gentleman's club. So I'm in there underage, working, getting paid, and it just took off from there. Just took
Wow.
off from there.
Okay. So how old were you when you started actual DJing?
I was 18 years old, 18, 19 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
And so then, you said that you've always loved music. You always, you were around it at growing up. What were some of your earlier influences, and how did they, impact your decision and to be a DJ?
well, just the people that I was around. Well, and my name Puff, it came from when I
Yeah,
was
tell us
younger.
about that.
Yeah, when I was younger, they said I looked like, the young version of Sean Puffy Combs, the curly hair, skinny face, dancing, shiny suit wearing,
I can see it. I
Sean
can
Puffy
see
Combs.
it. I can
Now
see it.
it was then,
You
man,
gotta do
before
you
the
gotta you
now,
gotta do
before the
the puff
beard and all
thing though,
that. But
yeah.
before the beard, it was just so in old pictures that I look at myself, I see it. I'm like, okay, I can definitely see it. So, that Puff name, and my girlfriend at the time, she used to call me Puffy. That was my nickname.
Right.
So the guys at the club, they was like, "Yo, we gonna call you DJ Puff. We're gonna call you DJ Puff." I was like, okay. So that's where it came from. So
That's how it
just,
stuck.
friends of mine, and they was like, "Yo, just go ahead and DJ," And then I was introduced to other DJs in the city as a young, up and coming DJ. The first DJ I probably went parties with was DJ Lucky Leon, and he's one of the DJs here in Columbia, also at our station. And I used to, help him carry his crates because back then it was all,
Records.
wax. You take the wax, you digging in the crates, taking wax. It wasn't digital like that back then.
Right, right.
So that's where I kind of picked it up, kind of learned, and you know, after that, we met other DJs, came into
Mm-hmm.
like DJ Envy. Everybody knows DJ Envy.
Yeah.
Kid Capri. Just the list goes on. So just watching them and studying my people that I was around at the
Mm-hmm.
time, just kind of gave me the heads up, like the nudge, like yo, this is what you need to be doing. And a lot of people don't see DJing as being uh, a career. And I'm like,
So
I
so
was being
yeah.
told, you need to, get a real job, you're gonna DJ forever. And I'm saying to myself, like, do you understand that some like it may not happen to everybody, but
Sure.
it's DJs out here that's how they live.
Yeah,
Like, and they
exactly.
make great money.
Right, right. Because I mean, the career of a DJ, as you were saying, it has definitely evolved over the years.
Right,
There's so many more things that a DJ does other than just playing, tracks at a party.
right.
Like, so what are other things that that a DJ can do or that you do?
Well, DJs, they can dab into producing. They can dab into being A&Rs. Um, like, look at DJ Khaled, prime example. He has artists under his resume for days. Like, he
Mm-hmm.
discovers artists and he produces tracks and he's making his money plus money from his artists.
Right.
So it's a lot of things you can do as far as being. It's not just strictly going to a party DJing, going to a party DJing. No,
Yeah.
you can get into producing. You know, you dealing with record labels,
Mm-hmm.
record companies. Finding artists as an A&R. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And so, you know, what would you say are some of the challenges of being a DJ?
Who man? This. Where can I start? For one, you have to set yourself aside from other DJs because you know these days and time everybody's a DJ. They get some DJ equipment, they DJ a house party or DJ a party or something. Now they're a DJ, and it's like it's deeper than that. It's
Mm-hmm.
way deeper than that. Like you really have to study and know the craft. And um, once you get into the area of DJing, you have to solidify yourself as a DJ. Like let it be known, okay, this is me. This is what I do. This is what I can offer. And your work,
You
this
have to
right here,
brand
won't get you
yourself.
anywhere.
Yeah, you got to
This
brand
right
yourself, right?
here, this right here will take you a long way.
Mm-hmm.
Like anybody today will tell you, I've never downplayed a DJ unless they just totally suck. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. If you just, I can't help it. But um, for the most part, it's it's a learning curve. Like you really have to set yourself aside from other DJs because what's making a promoter say, "Hey, I want you instead of this guy," or I want you instead of this guy. Like you have to. It's an image that comes along with it.
Right.
It's a big persona because you have to be marketable. You
Mm-hmm.
have to be able to be sold. I
Mm-hmm.
hate to say it like that, but you have to be marketable because you DJ one party can put you on another party, put you on another party, and it's just like one bad party, especially in the beginning stages, can really mess you up because you don't know who's in the building. You don't
Right.
know who's at that party. You don't know what artist could be at that party. You don't know what record exec could be at that party. Anybody, you know, and you just really have to study your craft and making DJing your only job. That plays a big role in that because just like with COVID-19, clubs went down for 3 months,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
some longer, and if you don't, if you don't have any background, any information behind you as being a lucrative DJ, you won't get any of the what we're doing. What was it? The virtual, what's the Zoom parties,
Oh yeah, the
all
verses.
kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
it's like, and I was fortunate enough to keep me above other than what I had saved, from other
Sure.
things
Sure.
to keep you afloat. Like it's a lot of downfalls of being a DJ because if you're not getting booked, you're not getting money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it has to be something that you put your all into if that's what you're gonna do. If that's gonna be your main
Mm-hmm.
thing for me, that's it for me. I couldn't tell you the last time I worked a 9 to 5 or whatever type of job. I can't tell you the last time I did. I think Lululemon was probably my last, and that was only because of my fitness background.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really want to work in retail.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be an ambassador. Because
Yeah.
from what I was told, I'm marketable. Like they can put me in something and sell it.
Yes.
So that was what I wanted to get into. But of course, dealing with large corporations, you can be told one thing, something else happens. Well, we got to do this and this. So it's just like I did my due diligence, but then I had to go. It was
Yeah.
like I can't do it anymore, so I had to go. So back to DJing. So like I said, it's just I work on my craft. I try to perfect my craft. You're never gonna perfect it to the point where you just it's always something to learn, always something new.
Mm-hmm.
It's off the dome with music. People ask me all the time, well, do you know what you're gonna play next? Or do you have a
Yeah.
set playlist? I'm like, no, I don't.
So picking off of that, like, so when you're going to a party, and I imagine that, different parties, when they book you, they'll tell you what the crowd is, or they'll tell you, what kind of party you're having. Excuse me. So how do you set up your set for that?
Well, you basically have to read your crowd, and most of the time, being legitly booked, you're booked out maybe a couple of weeks or maybe a month or two in advance. So you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. So that comes along, with prepping, just preparation, being a good DJ. You have to know how to read the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
What you play for one party might not be to play for this party. Like when I'm in Charlotte, I have my most fun. I'm not even gonna lie. Sorry, South Carolina. Sorry. But when I'm in Charlotte,
Queen
I
City,
have the
babe.
most fun because of the diversity, that's in Charlotte. Not saying we're not diverse here, but it's a lot of Charlotte is a melting pot for a lot of people. You got a lot of Africans, You got Jamaicans, you know, and of course, you know, you got your whites, your blacks, whatever the case may be. But they like to party. The spots that I go to a DJ, they're there. So it's like it opens your nose, it opens your ears up to different music, and I I just love it. I love it. I get to play old school, and I love parties like that. It's been times I played old school or just throwback hits up until 1 o'clock, 1:30. Then I may go into some new stuff, just close the night out.
Yeah, yeah.
So I like that because
Gives you a variety, it sounds like.
yeah, and I don't want to go off script here, but it's just like today's music has changed a lot from back in the day.
What
Back
would
to,
you what would you say? Okay, so we've heard that, right? We've heard, today's music ain't like, like it used to be. And obviously it, musically it sounds different.
right.
Because I would say a lot of the tracks maybe are what and forgive me because I don't know DJ speak, but digitized, or like it's not
Yeah,
instruments anymore.
yeah.
It's
A lot of things are more digital now.
synthesized maybe.
Yeah, and a lot
Okay.
of stuff. A lot of things, like, of course, now after years and years and years of music, a lot of things are sampled. A lot of this new music are just samples
So you're
from
hearing
old
you're hearing the
songs.
same tune, but
Right.
just
It's
in a
just a
different
whole nother
way.
song. And some
Yeah.
and some songs, it may not be. It's a sample from another song, but the way the producers put it together, you would even notice that it was this song.
Yeah.
Like you would have to really know music to
Yeah.
hear a producer break down a song and make a new hit. And people might say, "Oh, this is a new song." No, it's not a new song. They took this beat from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like I'm not. I big shout out to producers because that's major. Like
Yeah.
magic is made, through others people's music. That's why I respect the old schools like I do.
Because it was
Because
the
without that,
originals.
a lot of this new music would be just trash.
So, I mean, are there any original musical albums anymore, or are is
They are.
everything?
I mean, they are, and I really can't get into specifics right now, but they are. It's a lot of tracks out here that are original tracks, but most tracks are
Sure.
they have a slight sample from
Yeah.
another song,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you're not going to get away from that. Yeah, you have to be a super producer to come up with a whole album with
Original.
original beats and music. So,
Yeah. You mentioned verses. Now that is what I would say has saved a lot of people during this quarantine,
oh man.
with the versus battles, and so other than people not being able to get out to the clubs and to the parties, why do you think that was so popular? And bringing two people who are seemingly similar, maybe in genre, whatever they do. Why do you think that was so
Because
popular with everybody?
that was great for uh for the quarantine. That was super great because it's like all the music you hear today, you actually get to sit down and look at two of the artists, and some people didn't even realize that these artists were behind
Look,
these songs.
let me tell you, the
Like
what was it? The versus the T Pain and
T-Pain and Lil Jon.
Lil Jon. Wow, I did. There were a lot of tracks in that.
Yes.
I'm like, what? Lil
Yes, and
Jon
I
did
and I
this?
love music and with Teddy Riley and
Which
Babyface.
to me that was the best one, by the way. So,
Listen, I was like, wait a minute, Teddy Riley was behind that track,
oh, which
and
one? You mean the one when he actually was on?
yeah, yeah, the one,
You mean you mean the rematch?
the rematch, yes, the rematch.
Okay.
That was one for history right there. That was amazing. Like, and a lot of people don't see that. Like, a lot
Yeah.
of people don't get a chance to just sit down and see two artists go at it, catalog for catalog, hit for hit,
Yeah.
hit for hit.
Yeah.
Like, that was big entertainment right there. That was whoever came up with verses.
I think it
Ooh,
was wasn't it Swiss Beats and Timbaland?
I think They started it. I think they did start that. I don't. Yeah,
Yeah,
don't quote me
yeah,
on that.
me
I don't
either.
want to give credit to
Me
somebody that
either.
don't deserve the credit. But
Yeah, me either.
yeah,
But
I
I think.
think it was. I think it was. Yes.
So, you know, you were saying that. So, tell us how you prepare for a set and prepare for a party. How do you get yourself into that creative mode?
Um, my ritual. I basically on the way to the club. I just say a quick. I just say a quick little prayer, like because, like I'm gonna be honest.
Please tell me what you say.
On my way to the club,
I want you're right, right. Please tell
I'm
me what
like,
you say on your way to the club to whoever you praying to. Tell me what you asking for.
this is basically I say, Lord, said, please let us have a great night tonight, wherever I am. I name the place. Please let us have a great night tonight. Let everybody drink, have a good time. No problems, no problems with the sound. Watch over me and my
Okay,
set.
okay,
Let everybody have fun. Get
yeah.
home safe. Go home safe, and be done with it. Let
All
me
right.
get here safe and get home safe.
I hear
In your
you.
name, I pray. Amen.
Amen and amen and
That's it.
amen.
So everything else, I leave it. I let go, and I let them have it. So,
Yeah.
but you just basically gotta read. You just gotta read your crowd.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Like I can't tell you any other way. I'm just telling you how I do it.
Mm-hmm.
Different DJs may have different things, but and you never want to be the DJ, the predictable DJ, because that's a curse in itself. Once you become predictable, you're pretty much washed. Like anytime a patron, club goer, whatever, can know what you're gonna play next,
Mm-hmm.
that's not good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's not good at all. And it turns people away because it's like, oh well, I already know what he's about to do. I know he's about to do. You got to be creative. That's what I mean by setting yourself apart from other DJs. You have to be creative. Just like producers, they remake beats.
Mm-hmm.
DJs, we recreate formats. So anytime I'm in the club, I'm listening to a DJ. He may do a transition. He may do a blend, and I'm like, oh, I like that. I like that. And I'll take that blend, I'll try it. I'll see how it works. And then after that, I'll put my own touch on it.
Mm-hmm.
I just put my own touch on it. And all DJs do that. If you hear a DJ say he doesn't do it, he's lying. All DJs do it because you have to get something from somewhere. I don't care
Yeah.
what you do; it has to come from
Yeah.
somewhere.
It has to
Just
be
like when you buy
inspired.
clothes, either you saw somebody with it on, pretty much, which is 90% of the time, you saw somebody
Mm-hmm.
with it on, you saw it on something, you liked it, so you try to do it. You try to
Yeah.
remake the style.
And take it and make it
So
your own.
right. So that's basically the whole setup. And I have no set playlist. Like I really don't know. Like sometimes I get to the club, I'm like, okay, what's the first song I'm gonna play? And yeah, it's just like, and that's normally what sets the tone for me for the night. Whatever the first song is, that sets the tone.
Okay.
And so if I'm at Stats in Charlotte, I already know Stats. They want to have fun. They just want to party. They want to dance. You don't have to trap it out all night because it's like they feed off the older music than they
Mm-hmm.
do the new music.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So knowing
it's
your
just it's
crowd and knowing your
basically
venues is very, very important.
right, right, and you especially going out of town, you have to do your research when traveling to DJ. Because I DJ'd in Miami one time, and uh, I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous. Like anytime I DJ out of town, somewhere I haven't done, it's like you got to be careful because sometimes you don't know what music is not welcome here. Like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I've been in clubs and I play something, they're like, "No, turn that off," and it's like, okay, so you gotta get in touch with other DJs, find out what's working here, what's not working here, and it's just a constant work thing. So you just got to be on it. You have to be on it because music's coming out every day. every day.
And how do you stay on top of that with music coming out as fast and quick as it does now?
Well, with all these music outlets, you got all these sites, all these download sites, and then I deal with a lot. I deal with a lot of record labels, A&Rs, different record companies, and they send me the tracks. They send me the tracks, and like we do meet and greets. Like it's funny because I got a picture I met with the City Girls before they got all big, and at the picture, I'm gonna post a picture one Throwback Thursday, and you're gonna look at Miami and JT and like, oh my God, and like who would have known they were gonna be this big?
Right.
But yeah, that's just a part of being you gotta touch the people, and it's a constant work.
Your personality, yeah.
Yes.
So you're connecting.
That's another
with the people.
thing too. Your personality makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Big
How would you
difference.
describe your personality?
I'm just fun. I'm easy to deal with. Like I don't like people asking for requests. Like
So
like early, I mean, if you want to play a song, you want to, but don't come to me at 10:30. Tell me, can you play City Girl? I'm like, can I
that
get there? Can we get there?
that would be
I'm like,
you know.
can we get there first? Like, baby, it might be 30 people in here. It might be 30, 40 people. Can we get there? Like, I don't want to play this City Girl song and then y'all gonna want to hear it again later. Like, no, I'm not a fan of playing a song twice unless it's really necessary.
So thank you so much. First of all, thank you so much for answering a question that I've always wanted to ask a DJ, which
Yeah,
was
that's
about
like
special requests.
some
So
DJs don't mind.
I'll retire that question now.
Most DJs, because I turn into somebody totally different. Like I'll look at you with a straight face. Like move.
All right, you hear that, everybody?
I got you.
You hear that, everybody? Stop asking for special requests from DJ, i.e.
Yeah,
Carmen.
like that's a big no. Just you can ask. I'm not gonna say don't ask, but just kind of don't come up more than. I'm gonna give you two. I'm gonna give you two.
Just two?
No. Yes.
What are some of the myths that are out there about DJs that you can debunk?
Ooh, myths about being a DJ. It's crazy. It's funny you asked me that because most people think DJs are just we just out here looking for women doing this and just because we in the club all the time. Anything we just deal with all kind of like it's been so many times where I'm like, look, babe, I'm going home. I'm sorry. Nah, I'm good. I'm going home. I'm good. Not like I'm tired. In the night, I get to the club 9:30, 10 o'clock. I don't get out to 3 o'clock, 3:30. Like I don't even feel like talking. Leave me alone. Like that's the biggest thing. Like most. Like that's what I used to hear a lot. Like say most DJs we're whores.
Oh wow. Oh my.
Yeah, I mean we listen. It comes with the territory, but you just can't.
You're about your business. You're about your business.
You can't.
And, your personality while you're up there, you're having fun, but this is your job. This is your livelihood. So you're about your business.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Now, if that's the life you live, hey, do your thing. Like, if you single, you want to have fun, do whatever. No problem with it. No problem with it. But most people need to remember whether you're male or female DJ, the person you're dealing with or whoever you choose to deal with, they knew what you were doing when they met you. So don't try to say, "Oh, we together now. You can't. I don't want you DJing." No, don't tell me where and when I can't DJ because that's how I make my money.
I'm gonna DJ.
Yeah, you just trust me enough. You respect me, I'm gonna respect you.
How's that been for you? How's that been for you? Have you had trouble with relationships with people understanding your job?
No, not really. It's like at the very beginning, it's like, because being a DJ, especially when you get to a certain level, like when you travel you know, go different places. Like you meet different people. So it comes a time, and the club, you got a club full of people, 3, 4, 500 people, and especially doing big concerts, we talking thousands of people. So you have people
Mm-hmm.
that know you or know who you are. You don't know them from whatever. So I can be out. Hey Bob, hey Bob. I'm like, hey, how you doing? You know, and then it could be a time where if you know if whoever you with your significant other is like, who was that? You know, I'm like, nah, I don't even know who that is. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's listen, it's a double edged sword, but you
Yeah.
gotta once you gotta let you know you gotta let your partner know like, look, this is what I do, and then you can't move how you want to move. You can't
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like staying out. Like once the club closed, that's it.
Pack it up
Go
and go.
home, get your money, pack up, go home. It was a
Yeah.
situation where I thought I had to work Friday night,
Mm-hmm.
and the schedules were mixed up. So I thought I had to work Friday, but I had to work Saturday. And uh, they told me once I got there, hey, you're not working till tomorrow night. You booked tomorrow night. And I was like, oh, okay. I could have stayed, but no.
Mm-hmm.
Time to go.
Take it
So,
back.
yeah, so it's time to get back. So you just gotta, you know, it's a respect level. You gotta know how to move different.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
what would you say to a person who is looking to get into the career of being a DJ? What would be the one piece of advice that you would want to give them?
Um, one piece of advice I would say is to just focus on the craft. Like, don't just DJ. Don't just want to be a DJ or a CJ for, uh, you know, for the glitz and the glamour of everything. Because if you do that, you're gonna fall. You're gonna fall short. Because it's more to that than the lights, the club, the cameras, or whatever the group is. It's more to it because once you put in a situation where you really have to show your talent and you fail on that, your whole career could be tarnished.
Yeah.
One party, one big party can stop any other promoter or whoever from booking you. Because trust me, as a DJ, your name travels.
Mm-hmm.
So this promoter can say, yo, I got this great DJ. I got this great DJ. You don't need a DJ. Let me know. There's been plenty of times a promoter called me, yo, I got somebody need a DJ. The DJ backed out. Can you go? If I can go, I'm out. And there's people do that based off, you know, my relationship, how I am with other people,
Yeah.
because that's another thing that travels. If you are a
Mm-hmm.
hole, that travels. I know plenty of DJs that are a holes and will not. They're great DJs, but won't get booked just because of their attitude.
Yeah.
Like their attitude and your personality will take you a long way. So basically, back to that, it's like you have to have a great attitude. Uh, you have to be marketable. You have to be able to sell yourself, promote yourself. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you don't promote yourself, nobody else will.
Yeah.
Nobody
So,
else will. And
so
get the equipment. Don't be cheap. When you buy DJ equipment, please don't be cheap because you're
what?
gonna get what you pay for.
So, give us an example.
Um, let's see. I'm probably on my third or fourth set of equipment, and even when I first started, I didn't even pay for my own equipment. The
Mm-hmm.
club that wanted me to be their house DJ, they paid for all the equipment. So it can range. And see, now times have changed. They've come out with all kind of different, you know, different things you can DJ off
Mm-hmm.
of.
Mm-hmm.
But back then, I proved a good setup for the club would probably run you probably about 3 grand,
Mm-hmm.
about $3,000. Like $3,000, you good.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you can spend $600, $700, and you're a DJ. So
Ah, okay.
yeah, and I can only you know convince people to use stuff how I came. I came up on CJs and vinyls.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So when people ask me, "Yo, Puff, what I need to get?" I just tell them what I
Yeah.
I prefer them to get, just because that's how I came up, and that's the only way I can really show you. So
When did the change happen from when, the DJing went from the vinyls to now more to the computer?
that had to be, oh, it was probably early, ooh, well, mid 90s, I want to say.
Okay.
Mid 90s, everything kind of, went over to digital. Like
Mm-hmm.
you didn't have to really buy records or buy CDs. Like everything, you can buy the CD but download it to your laptop, and this
Mm-hmm.
program. That's when they
Mm-hmm.
start coming out with all these different programs to DJ.
So pretty
And
much when that ability happened, that's when you saw the DJ aspect of it start to change.
yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what made it easier for people to to become a DJ.
Yeah.
And it's just, everything was just set digitally. All you had to do was press buttons. They even have machines now. It's a sync button. So they press the sync button, and the program syncs the song for them, like helps blend the song for them. I'm like, stop, stop. It's like that diminishes our craft.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
the people who really came up scratching, mixing, blending, that sync button really, it was killing the game. It was just making everybody feel like, oh, I'm a DJ. I could do this. No, because when they see my setup, they're like, oh, I never used those. I never used turntables.
Right.
Like, so
Exactly. Coming from the
yeah,
original. So tell us about Cool Camp. What's that? How did it get started?
Cool Camp was a group um, with myself, a buddy of mine. He's a comedian as well as a radio personality. Cadillac goes by King Caddy, and Beezy Baby. Beezy Baby was the afternoon girl on Hot 1039, 93.9 here in Columbia. Um, she's gone now. She's moving on to other things. But she brought us in because I was told a long time ago, next time we get an open spot on radio, you dope, you nice in the city, we're gonna try to get you on the radio. So that years and years went by. So BZ came to Columbia, and she was on air for a while. We met and became friends. And she went to our program director. She was like, I got two guys that are really good. One's a really good DJ, and the other one's a host. He works on air. He can work on air. So it was like, okay, y'all come. We can try it out. We're gonna make it work. And we went in. Next thing you know, we're all on air.
Huh.
We're all on air. We had a Friday show, so it was Cool Camp on Fridays. So basically, we would have a comedy set. We had a 5 o'clock mix show,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just a regular radio show program. It was great, and we also did booked us for concerts, weddings. We did the BET Awards, all of that. So yeah,
Nice.
it was a pretty nice group. So
Um,
we aren't doing too many things together now because everybody's
yeah.
kind of doing their own thing ever since BZ parted ways from the station. So it's like we do other stuff throughout the community, whether it's
And
charity events, we
okay.
coat drives, stuff for Thanksgiving, stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
community.
That's
So
dope. And so you
yeah.
have your own time at the radio station now,
Yeah, I
right?
have my show now. It's called the Power Pack. It's called the
Okay.
Power Pack on exclusively on Saturdays, because the way we're going now, P was saying, hey, listen, y'all do great with this. We might make this a morning show. Who knows? So,
Hey.
yeah, so we just said it was exclusive. We're going to do this on Saturdays from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Myself, Cadillac is still there, and another personality there, Jay Fresh. So we talk about, current events, shoes,
Mm-hmm.
fashion, all that stuff. All of us are into it. and
Yeah, I
I
see your
have a
little fashion
mix.
game. I see your fashion game.
Yes, listen,
Yeah, I see it.
listen.
I
It's
mean, you don't try to hide it, but I see it.
nothing too crazy, you know. I've been like my dad has me like that, you know. It's nothing too crazy, but I have a 3 hour, well, yeah, 3 hour mix show from 7 to 10. So we go live on at 6. You know, we get in our little segments until 7:50, and then from that time I mix till 10 o'clock. Call it the pregame mix because it's right before everybody gets ready to go out, go to the club, whatever.
Yeah.
So I just kind of I don't play the regular radio rotation like you hear
Mhm.
songs all the time.
Mhm.
I try to throw it back and just give people a different feel, different music. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And you also, um, you are the, I guess, guest host or guest DJ. I'm so sorry, for my University of South Carolina Gamecocks.
that's right. I am the official Gamecock DJ for the men's and women's basketball program. So
Yeah,
that's pretty big. That was very big. When I got that
absolutely.
opportunity, I was like, oh yes, I made it. I have arrived.
I have to get back down there because I haven't been down there in a couple of years.
Mm.
But I'm sure it's live with you.
Oh, it is like it's. I've had so many people, outside of the games. It's like I'm walking around like you DJ the game. And it's like, and it's I love it when I get all genres,
Yeah,
all music is being played. I don't hold anything back.
yeah.
It's a good time because people want to come out and enjoy themselves. We got season
Mm-hmm.
ticket holders paying thousands and thousands of dollars, to sit certain places. So I want to give everybody a good time.
Give them a show.
Give them a show, and that's what they get. That's exactly what they get.
Who's your favorite group?
Who? My favorite group. Mm, that's a good question. You put me on the spot with that one.
Yeah.
My favorite group. I don't know. I can't.
Study long, study wrong. Come on
I
now.
can't. I can't even put a finger on that one right now.
All right, all right, all right, all right. I'm gonna make it easy for you. Okay, give me two favorite groups.
Jeez, that made it harder. Two favorite groups. Well, it's not that many groups anymore. Like, you got Migos. Huh. Like,
I mean, it could be current. It could be old school. It could just be, you know, two favorite or one, three.
okay. Well, I'm just being, one dimensional here. Okay, I love I like the Isley Brothers. I
Hmm.
love the Isley Brothers. Like when I'm on the road traveling, like
Yeah.
probably won't. It's people probably miss it by now, but anytime I'm on the road to Charlotte, headed back from Charlotte, I may be playing some old school. Like I never listen to any current music. Like if I'm when I'm on the road traveling, because
Hmm.
I don't want to hear it. Like I listen to all old school. That's all I want to hear. That's it.
Yeah.
So I would have to say, like, oh, put it that way: the Isley Brothers, Jodeci, uh, man, and then everybody else. I do the Silk, uh, Keith
Okay,
Sweats,
you giving me
uh,
90s flavor right now.
man,
Okay.
like that's all I vibe to.
Yeah.
Kindred Soul, like it's just yeah, I just indulge in everything. I even listen to God like gospel, especially coming home
Hmm.
at 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh man, I have church in the car coming back home, just so I can try to stay up. It's crazy.
So what's going on with you now? You got any new projects that's coming up? You know, what's new for
Well, the
DJ Puff?
show, my radio show, that's a constant. That's weekly work because I just have to make sure we show prep and have
Hmm.
everything ready for the show. Um, I'm really working. I really want to get my design and clothing line off the ground.
Oh, okay. Tell me
So
more about that.
Yeah, it's Genius Rebel is what I'm gonna call it.
Have you
And basically
trademarked
the
that
meaning
yet?
behind that is like, you know, being smart about things, being a genius about it,
Mm-hmm.
moving different against the grain. Like everybody wants to take the straight, the narrow, the path always taken. It's like I always go against the grain. I
You
never
go
want to do.
left. When
Yes,
everybody
I
go right,
always
you
want to
go
do
left.
that. But basically, Rebel is moving smart. That's just a simple,
Mm-hmm.
simple way to put it. Be a genius about it, but move. When you're moving different, you got to be smart about it.
Like it.
So that's pretty much what that's all about. And I just want to get that off the ground. And I know I got a feeling it will do well.
I
Like
think
once
so
with
too.
my designs and the people I know, the influences I have, and
Well,
it won't be. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's gonna be cheap because no, it's gonna be
why does
quality
it have to
stuff.
be?
Yes, it's not gonna be something that you go pay $20 for a T-shirt. I'm sorry, no, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But I'm
But
just
that's just
saying,
not going to be your stuff.
yeah, that's just not gonna be my thing because I got plenty of friends who they got T-shirts, they got the design, they got the logos, $20, $25. Listen, this is a hustle. Like we all out here we moving different. We're all
Yeah.
moving different. So, but I want to do that. I'm big on high end stuff. I don't know. My dad got me like that, and it's just it's bad. So
It's not bad. That's hey, that if that's who you are, that's who you are.
that's it. That's
All
right.
right. So we're out here trying to be our most authentic selves. So
That's right.
ain't no
That's
reason to
right.
be anything other than to whatever to please somebody else. So you go make your high end stuff
Oh,
and
and I'm gonna
and
do
and, and give me a discount. All right, give me a discount.
it. Gotcha. Just let me know. We got you. We got you.
Awesome. Well, that's our time for today. I appreciate it so much. This is so fun.
Oh yes.
I definitely love listening to you play, and I remember the first time that I met you, I was like, okay. I think I might have even asked for a request. I don't know, but
I don't know if we got to. I don't. No, I don't know. I'm not gonna give you that one. I think you were real. You know, second time you probably asked for a request.
but nah, but always have had a fun time whenever you're DJing at the party. So great stuff. Love what you're doing. So excited about what you're about to do. And
Appreciate it.
yeah, so tell the listeners and followers where or my listeners and viewers where they can follow you to learn more information.
You can follow me on Instagram at DJ Puff SC. Twitter is DJ Puff underscore Cool Camp, and that's with K's, all K's. DJ Puff underscore KOOLKAMP. And that's all I deal with right now is Instagram and Twitter. So, and
Yeah,
I'm on
check.
Facebook. I think I have two Facebook pages. One's old email I lost it, so it might some people I request people and they be like, "This you? This for real?" Yeah, but Facebook is you can type in DJ Puff and my real name will come up, Ronaldo DJ Puff Wilson. So yeah,
Awesome.
that's
Well,
about it.
well, that is enough. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time today.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
All right.